Hi everyone, welcome back, and thank you once again for joining. So we are up to Avadim Hayinu. We just finished the Manishtana where we asked the questions, and now we begin Avadim Hayinu, which is really the beginning of Sipur Yitzias Mitzrayim. Now we're finally answering, and we're going to begin explaining what Yitzias Mitzrayim was. This is the beginning of Sipur Yitzias Mitzrayim. I want to give a Haggadah to this, an introduction as follows. Somebody once went to the Seder of Rabbi Yitzchok, the Pachad Yitzchok. Rav Hutner was known as one of the great Bali Machshava of the previous generation, who was nifter almost 40 years ago, and he was like the father of Machshava. He was a tremendous Baal Machshava, one of the greatest Baal Machshava in America. And somebody went to his Seder, and he was expecting to hear. He couldn't wait to hear the tremendous deep thoughts that Rav Hutner was gonna give over at the Seder. And after Manishtana, what did Rav Hutner do? Rav Hutner called over the youngest child there, was about 6 years old, and Rav Hutner said, "Come here, sit on my lap." And he sat him on his lap, and he said to him in English, there was once a king in Mitzrayim whose name was Pare. And Pare was a very bad king, and he did a lot of mean things to the Yidden. And he went on for a full 20 minutes explaining in simple language to this kid, making it real to him, what Yitzias Mitzrayim was. So our job with the Sipur Yitzias Mitzrayim, we'll of course try to say over nice thoughts and vertlach and things to make it come alive. But the simplicity of what we're saying and making the story real has to be paramount. That is the main objective that we're trying to accomplish over here. Okay, so we say Avadim Hayinu l'Paro Mitzrayim. We were slaves to Paro Mitzrayim. But Yitzienu Hashem Elokeinu Misham, and Hashem took us out of there biyad chazaka, with a strong hand, Mizraim Tuya with an outstretched arm. Now comes the next words, which have been much ink has been spilled trying to explain this next line. If Hashem would not have taken our fathers out from Mitzrayim, Hare anu uvanenu uvnei vanenu, we and our children and our grandchildren, Mishubadam Hayinu l'Paro Mitzrayim, we would still be enslaved to Para in Mitzrayim. Now, does this? It could mean simply that the whole chain, the whole order, the whole world order would have been different, and there would still be Para in Mitzrayim. That's one way to explain it. Many of the Farshim were trying to explain this. What does this mean? Is that really true? If Hashem would not have taken us out at that moment, then we would still be slaves to Par Mitzrayim right now? So I'm going to suggest a pshat, and this is not meant to be the simple pshat, but the words of the Haggadah, as all words of Torah, can be explained in many ways, and I'm going to say a thought that is appropriate for these words. There's a great Rebbitzin, she's no longer alive, a great Rebbitzin in Eretz Yisrael by the name of Rebbitzin Kramer. A book was written about her, Holy Woman. And she was a outstanding Rebbitzin, just an unbelievable woman, a Holocaust survivor who went and lived in Eretz Yisrael in some moshav, and people came to her for brachas. So she was an incredible woman, an incredible book written about her. So I want to tell you over one thing she said. The woman who wrote the book was an American, I think about Shuva. When this American woman met her, the Rebbitzin Kramer said to her, "I want to tell you something. Auschwitz wasn't so bad. You think Auschwitz was so bad? Auschwitz wasn't so bad. You in America, you have it much worse than us." And this lady was like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "In Auschwitz, we were free to think however we wanted. Yeah, they tortured us and they pained our bodies, but our minds were free. We were free to think however we wanted. But you've been brought up where your mind has been hijacked by everything opposite what the brain really wants, what your neshama really wants, and your mind is not free to think clearly and your mind is not free to soar the way that it wants. You're the one who's really enslaved." And it's an incredibly powerful thought that she's saying. She's saying, we have our guf, we have our neshama. So it's true. The Goyim, all through the generations, and in Auschwitz in particular, they enslaved our guf, but they did nothing to our neshama. If you had a choice, what's worse, having your guf enslaved or having your neshama enslaved? So she was saying that somebody who was not brought up understanding what Torah is, and somebody who was brought up just living for trying to enjoy every day to the utmost and having no ruchnius in his life, such a person is really enslaved to his taivas. That is not a free person. So when we say, if Hashem wouldn't have taken us out from Mitzrayim right at that time, perhaps what we're saying is as follows. We were at the lowest level of the Mem Tesh Sharei Tumah. Had Hashem not, Chazal say, had Hashem not taken us out from taken us out of Mitzrayim right then, we would have sunk to a level where we would not have been able to come out from. So what we're saying in the Haggadah is, if Hashem would not have taken us out of Mitzrayim at that moment, we would always be meshubed to Gashmias. Our neshamas would not be able to soar in our Avodas Hashem. Okay, let's just wrap up this paragraph. The paragraph goes on to say, even if we all be wise and understanding and all elders and know the entire Torah, still mitzvah would be a mitzvah to say over the story of Yitzias Mitzrayim. And whoever increases to say over Yitzias Mitzrayim is praiseworthy. Rabbi Lapian says on this that what are we bringing out over here? We're bringing out over here a very simple thought. Even if we are tremendous Talmidei Chacham, so you would think, okay, I know the basic Haggadah, I know that Haggadah inside and out, I know it by heart. So what am I going to do? So let me stay over Reb Chaim on Chametz or Matzah, and Reb Chaim and maybe the Brisker Rav on a Seba, and maybe I should, really deep divrei machshava, and the Haggadah is telling you, no. Even if you're a tremendous Talmid Chacham, the Avodah right now is to say over the simple Yitzias Mitzrayim, as we said. The idea is to not lose focus of the simple reality of Yitzias Mitzrayim and ingrain in ourselves the reality of Yitzias Mitzrayim. That is the Avodah of Seder night. Even if you're a tremendous Talmid Chacham, the mitzvah is l'saper b'Yitzias Mitzrayim. Okay, have a great day, and Amish Hashem, we will continue tomorrow.